approve the meeting minutes of November 1st.
Great. We have a motion to approve as written.
I'll second.
We have a second from Suzanne. Is there any further discussion on the minutes for November 1st? All right, hearing no discussion of the minutes, we will vote. Because Emily's joining remotely tonight, we're going to do it by roll call vote. So Suzanne?
Aye.
Emily?
Aye.
Leanne?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Charlie? Aye. Motion carries unanimous. And I can never spell unanimous for the life of me.
Anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous. Great. Moving on to Public Works, Roads and Bridges. Any grant or project updates you want to share, Mark?
I'm just getting my quotes for that Better Back Roads grant for the Hill West project. Talked to Randy St. Ange, so he's going to kind of give me a better quote than what I had. I think I got to have it done by December 17th, so I should be fine.
Okay.
Get it resubmitted.
And just, this is the one for the culvert by Charlie Carpenter's?
Yeah, Hill West, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Any other grant updates or project updates?
We pretty much have the trucks all ready to go. We finished today, putting the wings on and everything, so
Good.
everything's, pretty much ready.
Yep.
We got a bunch of signs in last week, so we'll be putting some more signs back up. And then pretty much be plowing snow.
Yeah.
And probably trying to trim some brush and stuff if, we have time. Yeah.
Cool.
Did I hear that somebody dumped a bunch of those signs on your property?
Not on my property,
Oh,
on Scott Ovitz in Enosburg.
really?
Yeah.
Wait, somebody dumped a bunch of our roads?
No, not our road signs.
Oh.
Those are Enosburg's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody dumped a lot of stolen Enosburg signs
In
In
on Scott's
Richmond?
property in Richford?
Enosburg. They have their home farm in Enosburg.
Oh.
It was in the barn.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So he got a hold of Joey Clark, and they. Yeah.
Huh. Well, maybe they'll.
Yeah. Maybe
bring
ours
it
will
back.
show up somewhere too.
Yeah.
I keep an eye out.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. Anything else under roads and bridges for tonight?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Awesome. Moving on to buildings and grounds. 98 Main Street. No update there on anything. Although I did see Laz just now up here who has that old bank property, and he still does not have a tenant for
Is that right?
the ground floor. So.
Huh.
Is it the front?
Wow.
Is someone living in the back section
Yeah,
though?
he's
Okay.
got 3 apartments in there, 2 of which have tenants, 1 of which he's still renovating,
Okay.
and the commercial space is still vacant. So
So the commercial space where the bank used to
where the
be.
bank used to
that
be
part. Oh,
does
okay.
not have a tenant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just for what it's worth, if anybody from the post office out there is going to watch this recording or read the minutes, talk to Laz.
It's-
Yeah. And then the PSB Town Office Renovation Committee has not met since our last meeting. They're slated to meet, I think, the first week of December.
okay.
And I believe
Yeah.
the architect is going to be coming in who did the plans for this building to meet with them. So they can at least have him to talk about changes and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll
So-
try to sit in on that meeting so I can report back.
Great. Anything else under buildings and grounds you've got, Mark?
No?
Great.
Charlie?
Yeah, hi Sue.
Yeah, sorry. Did you say that, the bottom of that building, you think maybe the post office is looking at it? Is that what?
Oh, I have-
already-
I have no idea if they're looking at it or not. I had directed the post office to talk to Laz way back when because it was a potential option and he was looking for a tenant. The post office at that point suggested that I probably had a conflict of interest or something, and that was it. So, anyway, the odyssey continues. Cool. If that's it for buildings and grounds, we'll move to Water Commission. Main update here is that we did get the quote from Doug
Yeah.
from Summer Electric. So this was the quote to get secondary power to the Reagan Road water tank. This was to install the meter with the breaker on a pedestal with a polarizer, as well as 250 feet of underground conduit. Materials, labor, permitting, all came to just over $6,000.
And I'm waiting on the one for Vermont Electric Co-op.
Okay, great.
And then we'll talk to the owners of the land for an easement, once we get that one, because we'll have to have a signed easement from the people who own the land.
Great. And as soon as we get the one from VEC, what we can do is combine them, put a cover letter on it, and I can get it to the ARPA folks at VLCT to run it through their screen to
Yeah.
see if that would fit ARPA funding.
Yeah, that should be the
Yeah.
total cost of it, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Vermont Electric said between 7,000 and 8,000 for their part, so.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
And other water commission issues, I
Yep.
mean, we're just working on getting things repaired, and we got the water sample done for this month. Scott went in and took his exam. He got I think a 61 or 2. He needed 70, so he can take it again in another month. So he, you know, that's pretty good for the first time, you know.
Okay.
First try. Yeah,
Great.
so, yeah. I mean, now he's seen it, so he, you know, understands it.
Yep.
You know, more where it's coming from, so.
Good.
I know it took me a few times, it's, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Cool. Well, as long as he's
Yeah.
knows what's going on and is gonna.
this is a good change, because when I got my license, you had to wait like 6 months to take it again, so.
So
Now
he-
you can take it every month.
Every month. Okay, so
Yeah,
we'll take it
so-
again this month, December?
Yeah,
December, okay.
yeah, December, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll try to get it rescheduled for him.
Awesome.
I have a quick water question. SOS had made they had made a plan to dig out that water head in the MCA driveway and replace it and clean it or something
Oh,
like that.
I think I had to repair the curb stop.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But
that
they
was-
never did it.
Oh, because you can't shut the water off.
Right, because we
In the
can't
wintertime.
shut the water off to the building.
Oh. Oh,
And
okay, so that was never done.
yeah, just another thing on the list. It's probably not, you know, we're hoping to stay open this winter, but
Oh, okay.
and keep the water on, but it does need to be done at some point for sure.
Oh, okay. That's too bad. I should have got that done when Avery was here
Sorry.
doing the church. I didn't know that.
Well, that's okay. No, now we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melissa brought it up
Okay.
the other day. And I was
So we'll
like,
put it on the
"Oh,
list."
That never happened.
Great.
Okay, water, that for church.
Cool.
Yeah, that won't take long to fix and get in there. I'll just
Cool.
get a hold of Avery and we can get it done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So if there's nothing else under water commission issues, we'll jump to the Longview Bridge tap project. So Mark and I met with Linda today, just to go over some final reporting things for Army Corps. I can't recall whether we've had this conversation or not as a board, but Army Corps of Engineers came back and said, what the hell did you guys do out there? And we said, temporary fix that we told you about. And they said, what temporary fix? And so anyway, they came back and I think we're basically fine. We're going to get all of our permit ducks in a row. The work is still going to happen next spring. We're not going to do anything
Yeah.
this winter in the river.
Linda
So-
just needed a few numbers, but she had the permit.
Yep.
We were supposed to fill out. It's done. I just need to give her a few numbers of what we put in for materials and stuff. But
Yep.
sounds like everything's still on track, so.
Yep.
Yeah,
So that's moving forward
with our temporary fix.
with our temporary fix. Yeah.
I
So-
noticed today that it washed out past our temporary fix, so if our temporary fix wasn't there, we would probably be even closer to the road right
The
now.
road. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
so, yeah.
Okay. All
But now,
right.
but now we know.
Yes.
If we want
Yeah.
to dig in the river, you like let the Army Corps of Engineers know.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we can move to visitors. Sue, anything for visitors?
Yes, Mark, do we have any, either one or two folding tables at the town garage?
We got the table in the lunchroom. I can bring another one over.
You know, the fold building table. You don't
Yeah.
have, you don't.
I see there's some right here.
There's two in the,
Yeah.
yes, there's two right here that we could grab.
Yeah, I can bring those over, because you're still coming Wednesday, right?
Yes, we're coming Wednesday morning at 9:30, and Mark, could you grab like maybe 4 chairs or so?
Okay, yeah,
Would that be okay?
yep,
Can help you load them up
There's
after
6
this.
of us, there's 6 of us,
yeah,
but it'll be easier to do the wreaths, on the table, at tables.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, thank you very, very much.
yeah, we can do that.
We'll
Awesome.
be there at 9:30,
Okay,
the lipstick on the pig.
okay.
Awesome. Well,
Okay.
thanks, Sue.
Did you say you want a pig there?
Sue,
That can
Mark,
be
yeah,
arranged.
you wanted to bring a pig to put lipstick on? Is that what you heard?
No, we have got the lipstick.
He's got a cute
Okay.
little porker.
I got a
helper.
bunch of them, yeah.
Okay. Anything else for visitors, Sue?
No, that was it. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah,
Great, thanks. All right, with that, we will move into old business. So, first item of old business is just the ARPA funds. So we did launch the community survey on November 8th. This was the online survey to allow folks to comment on ideas using an online Google Sheet. In the last however many days, since November 8th, it's the 15th, we've had 35 individual responses. The responses included things related to broadband, wastewater, renovations to the Grange Town Hall, work at the 98 Main Street location, potential upgrades to EMS communications, police services, public support for private roads, which was an interesting one, cell phone service. Those were kind of the main buckets. What I'll do is
public
probably,
support for,
yeah, there was a couple comments about why the town doesn't provide public support for private road maintenance.
pretty simple. We've got enough of our other roads to take
Yeah.
care of.
Yeah, but anyway,
But, yeah.
there were some questions about
Okay.
that, and maybe.
Okay.
But anyway, so what I'll do is I'll keep kind of monitoring those as they come in, and then what I'll probably do is when it seems like things are tailing, just do a copy of all the responses and
Oh,
then
okay.
just email them to you guys,
Yeah,
and that way you can read them.
yeah,
But that's just an idea of kind of what's come in so far. I might go back online
Okay.
and put another blast out just for, another kind of, hey, if folks haven't done so yet, please, weigh in on this. But
Yeah.
then we can take all those and put them with the comments we had at the in-person thing, and then
Do like we-
kind of shuffle them around and start talking about what we might want to do.
in front of it, yeah.
Did Liz put
Yeah.
a blast on the Montgomery Bulletin's one?
I think she did when I
I
first
remember seeing it.
posted it, but I'll follow up with her to get
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah, I think I saw it on the,
Did we
that,
put a hard copy
No.
in the town clerk's office?
We do not have a hard copy at the town clerk's office yet, but let me make a note here, because I gotta talk to Liz about
oh, yeah.
a blast online, and then I'll just send her one to print out. Thanks for the reminder on that, Emily.
Do we have like a game plan for that?
Not really. I think the idea now was just to kind of collect ideas between now and like the end of the year, and then kind of sit down and look at kind of, everything that's been thrown at the wall and see what kind of seems to make sense. Some of the things that we're looking at, like a lot of people have said wastewater, but the goal is to actually not use any of this on the wastewater project, since we should hopefully have like funding elsewhere to put to that. We've also been instructed by the chairman of the Communications Union District, don't put any money of that towards broadband, because basically they're going to be getting a lot of money, and our money would be basically just a drop in the bucket.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is funny, because there was a Communications Union District in central Vermont which wrote a letter to every town that they service saying, please give us all of your ARPA money. So, but what we've been told from our end is that basically use it for something different, better suited for the town. They'll take care of finding funding for broadband. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
There are-
Yep. Go ahead, Sue.
I had put in something about using some of the money for the paving
Yep.
of the P.E.G. Is that an allowed expense?
It could be. It's associated with municipal infrastructure, and we
Yeah.
could make the case that it's also associated with emergency services. So there's definitely some
Oh, yeah,
potential
that's
there.
good. Yeah.
And I think I heard you say that, 'cause my other one was use some of the money to do that electrical work up to the
Yeah.
rate,
Yep.
and you think that might be allowable to them?
I think that would certainly
Yeah.
be, because that's critical to the provision of critical services. So I don't see how that would be. But I think what we'd probably do is we would tease out as a board kind of the top maybe 5 things in general terms, and then there's a coordinator working with the Vermont League of Cities and Towns who is basically there as a help desk for ARPA. And so we could send her our list and kind of say, hey, here's our list of projects with a 3-sentence summary attached. Can you give us a broad brush on any of these? And then if they say yes or no, we can kind of dig into the details more, but they should be able to help us determine, whether a project would fall into the allowable uses.
Great.
Yeah.
And so none of the stuff about the town hall Grange, you don't think that could be ARPA money?
I don't know. The Grange Town Hall, again, if we can make the argument that it's for the provision of better municipal services in response to the health emergency, I mean, I think we can make the argument. I don't know
Well,
how far we'll get.
Under emergency management, it was one of our places where we would set up cots and send people.
Yeah, no, I think we can make the argument. I think it's just about how we frame it. So, yep, but that's on the list though. See, we've got the whole thing.
Oh, I
So,
know.
yep,
I handed it in my survey.
yeah. So we'll keep kind of collecting feedback on that for the next few weeks, and then we'll have a kind of a throw it at the wall and see what sticks on our end.
Charlie, when we post the next meeting, notices around town, I wonder if we should put a separate brightly colored notice, saying about the survey online and that there's a hard copy in the town office, just so that no one feels that they were not informed about the opportunity to lend their voice to the process.
Yeah, totally. The more we can get it out there, the better. So I will definitely do that when I post the hard copies. I'll put up a bright pink one about ARPA and the survey links. And like I said, when I talk to Liz tomorrow about putting another blast out on the town stuff, and I'll send her a draft of a hard copy she can print out to leave here.
I wonder if we should put it on that board that we had, the taxes are due.
Oh yeah,
Oh, the sandwich board?
Yeah,
the
now that-
sandwich board,
now that taxes are
That's-
done, we could certainly.
put it on that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mark
people-
was just saying we could put it on that sandwichy board thing that said taxes are due. We could replace that with a note about the ARPA survey.
Mhm.
And Charlie, maybe we could put a few at the library desk.
Sure.
Get a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
Similarly, could we put some at 98 Main Street, just tack them up on the board and put a collection box there too? If people are in and out of the post office, they might take a minute to fill one out.
Yeah, the collection box stuff always gets dicey with them, even though it's our building. Anytime we leave stuff there, depending on who sees it, they can get kind of pissy. But we can certainly put a stack of them on the door and say, hey, take this, fill it out, and return it to the town office. But I like the idea of tacking the survey right there with the warning.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll continue to get the word out about that and collect ideas, and then start, thinking about the best way we can use those funds. So that's it for ARPA. The wastewater streetscape projects. So I sent an email out to everybody this afternoon on this. It was just the feedback from Haley at Sanders' office, and Haley did just clarify that the congressionally designated spending request, it did advance through the subcommittee, so that was included in the budget that came out of the subcommittee to go to appropriations. but that was not tagged to the infrastructure bill. There was some confusion last week, I think, around whether that stuff was hitched to the infrastructure bill or not. It was not, and so basically the current appropriations bill is now looking either for passage or a home, like if it gets put with some omnibus spending bill. So we're not over the finish line yet. Congress needs to act on it, and at this point, God only knows what Congress is going to do about anything. So we'll see. She did point out that one date to watch out for is December 3rd, and that's when the current fiscal year runs out. And so that means that Congress either has to pass another CR to keep the government open, or they need to pass an actual appropriations bill. They could also just pass the current appropriations bills as part of a CR. So we'll see what happens. But that's the only update from the wastewater streetscape ends of the project. Any questions on that? If not, we can jump to new business. All right, new business, Development Review Board. First item here is an appointment to fill the vacancy left by Wendy Howard. So Wendy Howard was appointed to a 4-year term in March of 2021. That was a term expiring in 2025. Wendy has now moved just over the town line into Enosburg and is no longer eligible to serve on the DRB because she's not a registered voter in the town of Montgomery, as she's not a resident. So we need to fill the vacancy. So we will open nominations to fill the vacancy on the DRB left by Wendy Howard. I will note that it has been relayed to us that the DRB would like us to appoint John Kurlowski.
Didn't we do this last time?
We did not do this last time because it
talked about
wasn't warned in time.
yes, yes.
So yeah, we talked about it, but we didn't actually do it. So
I will nominate John Kurlowski
okay.
to fill the vacancy.
Yep. So we have a nomination from Mark to nominate John Kurlowski for the vacant seat. Are there any other nominations? Okay, hearing no other nominations, we'll close nominations. All those in favor of John Kurlowski filling the vacant 4-year term left by Wendy Howard, please signify by saying aye. We're going to do a roll call vote. Suzanne?
Aye.
Emily?
Aye.
Leanne?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Charlie? Aye. It carries unanimously. You've appointed, John Kurlowski to fill the vacancy on the DRB. So John's appointment to the DRB leaves a vacancy for an alternate seat that John Kurlowski was currently holding. So now we will open nominations to fill the vacancy as the vacancy for the DRB alternate seat left by John Kurlowski. I will note that the DRB has advanced the name of Mary Garceau.
I will nominate Mary Garceau for the vacancy left and alternate.
So we have a motion from Suzanne to nominate Mary Garceau to the vacant alternate DRB seat. Are there any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, we'll vote. Again, it'll be a roll call vote. Suzanne?
Aye.
Emily?
Aye.
Leanne?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Charlie? Aye. The ayes have it. We have appointed Mary Garceau to fill the vacancy as the DRB alternate, left with John Kurlowski being moved into the DRB primary seat. Great. And that covers the work of tonight with the DRB. Any questions on that, Sue, as you are one of our DRB representatives here with us this evening?
Nope, that's exactly what we wanted. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Moving on, overweight truck permits. We have an overweight truck permit from Jeff Hutchins. Is this Jeff Hutchins, like the same Hutchins, like the company Hutchins?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if it was like a separate, just
Yeah.
a dude named Hutchins.
Yeah. some of the reason why they got this is because I caught them coming into town hauling in material and they didn't have a permit.
Yeah, and they were doing
So-
it on a
Yeah,
dirt road in the middle of
making a mess
pouring rain.
of a road. So I had a little talk with them. And so,
Great, so do we have a motion to approve the overweight truck permit? These weights look good, Mark?
yeah,
Yep, so the weights look good. So we'll entertain a motion to approve the overweight truck permit for Jeff Hutchins with the following restrictions around covered bridges and mud seasons.
I'll make that motion.
Great, so we have a motion from Suzanne. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Great. Do we have any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye, and a roll call vote. Suzanne,
Aye.
Emily,
Aye.
Leanne,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Charlie, aye. You've approved the overweight truck permit for Jeff Hutchins.
Could we also just put a note on that, that they need to get it in the springtime, not this time of year? If they plan on, you know,
Yeah,
some people just get it every year, just even if they don't plan on hauling in town.
so just a reminder that these are due in the spring of each
Yeah.
year. Okay, I'll add
Yeah.
that to here.
Yeah.
Great. And with that, we are at the end of our agenda.
Oh my goodness.
It says
Wow.
board action for liquor tobacco licenses.
Yeah, we have no liquor or tobacco
No.
licenses.
Okay, good.
No other administrative matters to discuss, and no specific action items for board members, other than signing the warrants that are here in front of us. So with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Great, is there a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second from Leanne. Any discussion on the motion to adjourn? Hearing no discussion, we'll vote. Suzanne,
Aye.
Emily,
Aye.
Leanne,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Charlie, aye. Motion carries, and we have adjourned the meeting at 7:10.
30 minutes.
Awesome.